5 times an Avenger found out Peter was getting bullied, by Marvelcrazed. Chapter 4, Bruce. Natasha Romanoff, the fearless, cold-blooded, heartless spy. The assassin, the double-crosser. Natasha Romanoff. A motherly figure? Definitely, absolutely not. However you put it, Natalia Romanova was never meant to be a mother. Except, that's exactly what she found herself being toward Peter. Natasha sighed and scrunched her eyebrows together at the sight in front of her. Peter smiled sheepishly at her, while chuckling awkwardly. He didn't want to seem like a bother, but Natasha was the only person he trusted to help him. "Repeat it again?" Nat asked Peter. He began to tell his story, but Natasha stopped him. No. Repeat why, exactly. Did you think it was a good idea to step in between Flash and his new victim? I mean, I'm glad you're standing up for people, but seriously, punch him or something. Natasha pursed her lips and motioned for Peter to explain. Peter mumbled something unintelligible, but a glare from Tasha and he spoke louder. I said, since Steve scared Flash, he left me and found someone else to bully. He was bullying a girl, so I stepped in. That got me to this situation. Peter finished and posed, displaying all of his bruises and cuts, and a slightly bent leg while still holding onto a railing. And how did you get here? Because you're claiming your leg is broken. If so, there is no way you walked back here. Natasha crossed her arms and waited for a response from the boy in front of her. The girl who I saved helped me here, Peter said, looking pointedly at the ground. Isn't it so interesting? And ignored Natasha's exasperated sigh. Fine, I'll accept it. Natasha sighed, throwing her hands in the air. More questioning later, though. She helped Peter inside. Once they were inside, she ushered Peter into the medbay. What are you doing? Peter squeaked in a remarkably high-pitched voice. Bruce is in there! Natasha glared at him. I know. I don't have the supplies I need to help you right now, and it would look suspicious if I stole it. Let's go. They got Peter into the medbay and Bruce paused in his work to look up at them. He furrowed his brow in confusion while gathering the supplies he needed for clearing out cuts and such. At another glance, he grabbed some other stuff off the table on his way over to the pair. Natasha had gotten Peter onto a table, where he was now waiting. How did this happen? He asked, while starting the procedure of cleaning Peter's scrapes. Peter laughed nervously and began to make up a horrible excuse when Natasha jumped in. Well, we were training when... Bruce lifted his eyebrow before interrupting. Let me stop you there. 1. You are very careful about this sort of thing. And 2. You would never go so far as to break Pete's leg. Bruce put a finger to his ear, obviously waiting to hear the truth. Peter denied lying while Natasha said, Pete got bullied. Peter whined about Natasha being a tattletale, while Bruce paced around the room, trying to keep his cool. Bruce kept muttering under his breath, then finished caring for Peter. After a few minutes, he spoke. Why haven't you told us? We could help you. Peter explained how he was afraid that everyone would go overkill and actually kill Flash, and Bruce scoffed. Kill him? Tch! We'd mean to seriously maim him. There's a difference. Later in the day, Natasha looked up from her book to see Peter sleeping. She smiled softly at the sleeping boy, with curls drifting onto his forehead as his chest steadily rose and fell. Peter woke with a start, causing Natasha to blink. He glanced over towards Nat and met her eyes. What? He asked. Natasha shrugged. Oh, nothing. Just wondering. Who was that girl you saved? Peter started to ramble. Well, you see, she's always stood up for me. She's an amazing bluffer, by the way. And it was the least I could do. Anyway, Flash has always had it out for her, so he finally got mad and snapped, throwing a punch. I was down the hall and ran to stop him, and then... Nat sighed. Peter? Cut to the chase. Peter smiled dreamily. Her name's Michelle. Tasha smiled knowingly. Ah, Michelle. Should have known. Peter frowned, tilting his head adorably. Girls' night in. Wanda and I have lots of interesting dogs. You should join us sometime. Peter frantically shook his head as Natasha told him about all the nail painting, hairstyling and movie watching they would do. End of chapter. Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that. Oh, another big Spider Mama moment. And I like that Bruce has to pace around to catch his cool, because telling him that his nephew/younger brother figure is being bullied while inside, as he is the Hulk, not a good idea. But Natasha knows better than to lie to Bruce. You kind of are backed into the corner situation there. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, comment and subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified for whenever I upload a new video. Have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye my guys, gals and non-binary pals. I'll see you in another video. Bye!